Welcome to another episode of Even If I Don't Understand, a Journey of Faith and Surrender. We have two remaining episodes until we enter our new season, which is our season 2 of my podcast. But, ang tagal ko bago ulit nakapag-record ng podcast episode ko sa sobrang dami na nangyari sa buhay ko. But today's episode is all about, I almost got hired and then everything changed overnight. Naranasan niyo na ba yung feeling or yung moment na sure ka na that this is God's way for you and then suddenly, out of nowhere, biglang nagkaroon ng change of plans. And I think that's one of the reason na nangyari sa akin when I was in Dubai. So, nag-apply ako sa isang company. So, it all started last December 2025. Before ako mag-Almaty, before mag-Christmas, I submitted my resume sa isang five-star hotel. So, they are looking for a digital marketing executive during that time. And, na-receive ko yung call 2 days before my flight. So, gusto nila interviewin ako on the day of my flight. So, sabi ko, can I have the interview for my flight? Kasi paalis ako, ganyan. And then, favor, napagbigyan ako. So, ang una nag-interview sa akin is the marketing head. So, sa marketing head na interview, sobrang dali lang ng mga tanong, nasagot ko siya. So, yung mga technicalities about marketing, yung paano ako mag-market in terms of digital. So, nandun siya. So, I am so happy with the result. But, nung lumipad na ako, papunta ng Almaty, pagbalik ko, January na, kasi dun nga ako Christmas and New Year. Pagpasok ko ng January, wala pa ding email sa akin regarding my application. And nung nag-follow up ako regarding my application, sabi niya, nagustuhan niya yung work ko. Nagustuhan niya yung interview ko during that time. And it's time for me to move with another interview sa HR. So sabi ko, Lord, this is the moment that I've been waiting for. Kasi for ilang months, a year, almost, I think ilang months na akong walang stable na job sa Dubai. And I'm really praying that, Lord, if this is your will for me, you will give it to me. If you want me to stay here in UAE, you have to give me a job. And alam mo yung moment na when you're really asking God na parang, Lord, alam ko this is for me. Sometimes we cling doon. We claim na parang, Lord, this is us. Lord, this is what you're going to do for my life. Nakikita mo na kasi yung result. And then, I got an interview with the HR. So, inisip ko, par formality na lang to. Sabi sa akin ng HR, nilay down niya sa akin yung offer. So, yung offer sa akin is 7,000 dirhams. So, let's compute kung magkano siya sa Philippine peso. So, 7,000 dirhams times 16. Nasa 112,000 siya per month. Plus, meron pa akong mga benefits. Meron akong life, health insurance, meron pa akong service charge. Wala nga lang pabahay. Sobrang laki niya na. Hindi naman siya sobrang laki, but as someone na purely remote yung work ko, digital marketing, at wala akong experience to work in a five-star hotel as a digital marketing, and lahat ng experience ko is remote lang, this is actually God's favor for me na makapag-work sa isang hotel. So, ayun na nga, sabi niya, ito na yung mga benefits mo, ito yung offer, ito yung 22222, ganyan-ganyan. Sabi ko, okay. Sabi niya, go ka ba? Sabi ko, yes po, I will go. I push ko yon. And then sabi niya, you have another interview, parang sa cluster head. And then, after nun, tingnan natin kung ano magiging resulta. Normally, kapag na-interview ka na ng HR, ang lagi nating iniisip, parang formality na lang yon. So, parang sabi ko, Lord, this is really, really, is it na talaga? Kasi parang na-interview na ako ng HR, inofera na ako ng ganun, parang nilay down na yung plans, parang ako yung parang strong candidate nila sa position na to. And pag nagustuhan ako ng cluster head, iniisip ko talaga, pag interview ng cluster head, alam mo yun, pag in-interview ka ng cluster head, parang wala na yun, parang gusto ko lang makilala and all ganyan. Ang akala ko talaga, for formality na lang siya. Girl, nung in-interview ako during that time, nung cluster head, na-shock talaga ako kasi talaga yung mga tanong niya sa akin para ako nag-defend ng thesis. Meron siyang hawak na papel. And then, sabi niya sa akin, interpret this data. Puro para ako nagde-defend ng mga math and all doon. Alam mo, nag-i-intercede ako habang tinitingnan ko yung data kung anong laman nun, eme. Sabi ko, Lord, hindi ko alam kung para dito ako, bakit parang hindi ko alam yung isasagot ko. But, if this job is really for me, you will make a way for this. So, sabi ko, Lord, bigyan mo ko ng wisdom kasi hindi ko talaga alam yung isasagot ko. So, pag-interpret ko ng data, pagtingin ko, sabi ko, this is the result of the impression of the website, this is a conversion, ganyan. Tapos sabi niya, okay, we'll give you an update if we want to hire you or something like that. And then meron siyang question na parang, I don't know, hindi ko talaga alam kung para sa akin yung trabaho na yun. Kasi talaga meron siyang tanong na hindi ko nasagot. I mean, ako kasi yung tipo ng tao, if I have my idea, or kung meron ako isang pananaw when it comes to marketing, talagang gagawin ko siya. And paninindigan ko siya kasi I believe that is so relevant in the marketing world, in digital marketing world. And meron siyang tanong sa akin and talagang sabi ko, I know you're not really believing in this direction when it comes to marketing. But I believe this is so important. Tapos parang binara niya ako. Tapos sabi ko parang kung hindi ito, sabi ko, Lord, parang nagbigay ako ng parang wrong impression sa kanya. But ang dami niyang mga tanong, follow-up questions and all. But yun, to make the long story short, nag-end na yung... So, ang nangyari, after a week, wala pa rin yung feedback sa akin kung nagustuhan ba ako ng cluster head. Kasi alam ko talaga, after the cluster head, yun na yung last. And then, kapag last na yun siya, talagang for hire ka na, ang tagal na tenga ng paper ko. So, nag-apply ako sa kanila, I think November pa, December ako tinawagan, and then January for interview, and mag-enter na ng February, wala pang update sa akin kung ano bang nangyayari. And then, I received an email that I have another interview with the parang head ng digital marketing sa lahat ng GCC. And I was like, Lord, bakit parang sobrang hirap nung road na ine-enter ko? If this job is really for me, talagang parang iniisip ko, everything will go smoothly na lang for me. But it turns out, parang bakit ang daming interview, ang daming sala, ganyan. And I was like, Lord, ang tagal mo na akong tinenga. Kumbaga, kung this is not for me, if this is not your will, parang i-close mo na lang. Kasi parang yung lagi kong expectation na anxiety na ako. Kasi parang ano ba, matatanggap ba ako dito? Mag-apply ako sa panibagong job and all. And then, dumating na yung day na na-interview na ako ng GCC. Pinoy ang nag-interview sa akin. And sabi niya, I really like you, ganyan. Tapos, sabi niya, yes, I'll give a feedback to the cluster head and then update ka na lang because they will hire you. Isusunod na yung process and all. So, syempre, nag-hope ka na that everything is working according to God's plan. Talagang, Lord, this is it. This is the moment that I've been waiting for my career. Ito na talaga yung pivot sa career ko. Parang, I want to work in a corporate. Lalo na pag nasa Dubai ka, kailangan mo na medyo strong foundation when it comes to work. Kasi pag freelance ka lang medyo mahirap, lalo na sa mahal ang bahay doon. And, ayun na nga. So, nag-antay ako ng another week sa update if they will hire me, kasi para maumpisahan na yung process about my visa and all. After a week, girl, nag-message sa akin yung HR. She's telling me that she resigned. At hindi siya nag-render ng 1-month service and all. Parang, nag-resign ako, nag-file ako ng resignation, and then that's it. Ang sabi niya sa akin, you have to follow up for this person, email mo to because there's a possibility na baka tulugan yung application mo. So, you have to follow up on your own. What are the odds? Na ma-hire ka na, isang step na lang na ma-hire ka na, and then the HR nag-resign. And I was like, Lord, bakit parang ang hirap nung mga pinagdadaanan kong moments during that time na parang if this job is really for me, God, you make a way. But I still continue. So, nag-email ako doon sa another person na magte-take over nung job. I mean, na magte-take over nun. And then, nag-email siya. So, tinanong niya ako, how much is the offer regarding this position ng HR? So, sinabi ko na ganito yung amount, ganito, ganito, ganito. Now, they revised the offer. So, ang offer nila now is 4,000 dirhams. So, 4,000 dirhams, let's say, times 16. It's 64,000 in Philippine peso. But, the catch is, pagpo-provide sila ng accommodation for me. So, sa accommodation, it's going to be a villa. Sa isang villa na yon, I have my own room. So, grinab ko na yung chance or yung opportunity na sabi ko, sige, go. Okay ako. Okay lang kahit 4,000, basta may pabahay na, hindi na ako masyadong gagastos. Okay na yon. And then, sabi niya, okay, we'll give you an update after ganito para ma-process na natin yung papers mo and all, kung ano na yung next level. Then, I waited for another week and then another week, wala na namang update at wala na namang hindi ko alam kung anong nangyayari and all. But, nag-follow up ako after a week. So, nandun na tayo sa month ng February. I was so anxious na about everything kasi para kung nakahang, alam mo yung para kang nakahang, you don't know if you will look for another job, you will look for another position. I mean, hindi mo alam kung ano bang decision mo. You will stay in UAE, you will find another job, or it's really a sign that God is telling you that it's time for you to quit, or I mean, it's time for you to give this up. And pinush ko pa din talaga. So, nag-email na sa akin yung company that they revised for the third time yung offer. Now, they are still offering the 4,000 dirhams, but yung bahay that's supposed to be I have my own room, ngayon meron akong ka-shared sa room. And I am contemplating, nasabi ko, Lord, I can really feel in my spirit that this is not what you want for my life. To really get this job, I don't know, I really can sense in my spirit na possible hindi ito yung work na inaantay ko. Because all of my friends, even yung mga ka-churchmate ko na nandun sa UA, they are really praying kay Lord na bigyan na ako ng trabaho because it's been so long na nawala akong job. And they are all praying that this is the opportunity that God will give me kasi sobrang gandang opportunity niya. In my spirit, in reality, I was about to accept the offer. Kasi parang, at sino ba naman ako para mag-demand? Parang, di ba, hindi naman lahat nag-umpisa sa maganda yung position and all. But there's something in my spirit that hindi siya align. Hindi ko nararamdaman yung peace ni Lord if I will accept this job. And then, I declined the offer. And then, I said that, no, I will no longer accept this offer and all. After that decision, I was like, Lord, tama ba yung ginawa kong decision? But there is peace in my heart that I did the right decision during that time not to accept the offer. Now, the question is, what will happen in my life after I declined the offer? And I was like, Lord, anong gagawin ko? Ano ba? I will stay here because if I will stay here and without a job like that, hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko. Diba? Hindi ko na alam kung anong direction ang gagawin ko sa buhay ko. But during the time I seek the Lord and I received a word from God that it's time for me to go home. Here, umuwi na ako ng Pinas. And I was so torn between my decision sa narinig ko o kung yun ba talaga yung gusto ng Panginoon. Because in the first place, ayokong umalis because of the ministry ng Panginoon na ginagawa doon. Pero, at the same time, winiweigh ko yung option ko. If I stay, hindi ko alam kung what will happen to my life. Sobrang turn ako and heartbroken na parang, Lord, hindi ko alam yung gagawin ko. But, what was the learning during the process of like expecting, 'di ba? Parang we are all expecting something from God. We are all really praying for something that our hearts desire. And sometimes God opens the door and then in the middle ng process, bakit biglang inihinto? Bakit biglang nag-close yung door? And masakit. Hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na parang, Lord, I understand you, ganyan-ganyan. 'Di ba? Hindi naman lahat ng may walk sa Panginoon is so matured to accept the idea. Hindi naman ganun ka-matured yung idea that this is, lahat ng closed doors, may reason yung God. And in the process of accepting na hindi nga talaga yun, sobrang hirap niya tanggapin for me. But ano yung mga naging realization ko that hindi ibibigay sa atin ng Lord yung isang bagay if He knows na in the long run, that's not something that you want. Minsan kasi ang hirap, 'di ba? Let's just be honest, minsan ang hirap maintindihan yung ways ni Lord. And pwede kasing maging entitled ako na sabihin ko, Lord, I serve you, I leave everything behind to follow you here. So, deserve ko, Lord, na ibigay mo na to sa aking job opportunity na to. You have to open all the doors. But I have to understand in my heart and in my spirit that God is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning and the end. So, kung nakikita ni Lord during this time na kailangan i-end yon, it has to happen because alam ni Lord yung ending nun. Nung nag-decide ako na uuwi ako na ng Pilipinas at bumili na ako ng ticket, alam niyo yung nangyari, the next thing, nagkaroon na ng boom, ng bombing sa UAE. And konti lang yung mga eroplano. I think ilang airline lang yung nakakalipad kasi ngayon Sebpak, yung iba, yung mga Cathay, ganyan, hindi na sila nag nag-continue mag-fly. And meron siyang impact sa economy ng UAE kasi sarado yung borders. Walang mga turistang pumapasok because of that. And kung na-hire ako, during that time, ako yung una nilang i-lay off. Kasi kailangan mag-isip ng company kung anong gagawin. Isa ako sa malilay off kasi under probation ako. So, imaginein mo na lang if I was hired and then out of nowhere, bigla ka ring tatanggalin kasi hindi na kaya i-sustain ng company kasi nga sa nangyayari ngayon. And, I can really rest in God's presence that every closed door na inalis ng Panginoon, every opportunity na inalis ng Lord sa buhay ko, it's painful. I have to deal with it. I have to grieve. I have to cry. But I have to continue, move my life, move forward. That Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I had for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. So that's one thing that I can assure you, that even if yung isang bagay na yan na akala mo, ito na yun Lord, ito na Lord, konti na lang, out of nowhere, biglang sinarado ng God yung door, would you still trust God that He has a better plan for your life? Or would you make another way for your own and not to seek God, not to ask Him what His plan for your life? Ang realization ko is that we can always rest in His presence na alam niya yung ginagawa niya. Yes, we can question Him na parang, ba't ganito yung nangyayari? But we can always rest in His presence. And we can always trust Him that He knows what He is doing. So if you are in your moment right now na parang hindi mo naiintindihan, out of nowhere biglang nagsarado yung opportunity, out of nowhere hindi mo maintindihan bakit ito na yung dream job mo, bakit biglang hindi na ibigay sa'yo yung trabaho na gusto mo, and suddenly just overnight everything just collapse in front of your face, and God is redirecting you because Jeremiah 29:11, He has a plan for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you.